What's up? So, TWOSUN. So, I am a glutton for punishment because what's in here is a version of this. And I reviewed this knife a ways back, and to say that this TS36 was a disappointment is an understatement. This black micarta is amazing. The anodizing was pretty awesome. The blade shape, I mean, the sharpness of this thing, everything about it, but it's got the weakest detent. And so I've worked on it a little bit and done everything that I think I can do to it, but it just fails instantly. It's super weak, and I've increased the pressure of the bar. I've done a bunch. Now, if I just flick it out there, it runs pretty good. But there's so much pressure on the bar now that it takes quite a bit of influence to get it to shut. Well, I'm kind of a glutton for punishment. So I thought, you know what? Maybe it's just this one. So I bought another one. But it's not anodized. It's just a straight up titanium version. Same black scales. And of course they come oily. So my fingers are crossed that the detent's going to be good on this one. And I'm going to be okay with this one because it's just a one-off. It is what it is. So I got my fingers crossed. We'll see. But you know what? I'm a risk taker, man. Listen, here's why. Is because I truly like everything about this knife enough that I'm willing to take a chance to try to get one that's functional. All right, so here we go. Oh, so much better. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. It's not the stiffest detent I've ever felt in my life, but this thing is 100% better than this other one. But I'm noticing right away. So I've gotten some knives like this lately. There's blemishes on this D2. And I don't know what that is, but it does not come off. The only thing I'm going to be able to do is to polish that blade to get that off. And on this one, it's just on that one side, but it's blemished pretty hard. Like something got on it and it stained this blade. Huh. So that's a disappointment. Quite the quality hit, if you ask me. The action's way better both ways. I think I can still fail this, but it's got a detent. Yeah, I mean, it's so much better. Just a little bit of pressure will send that home. So I've already done a review on these. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the video. I'll pop in every now and then, but I am going to disassemble this, clean it up, and do the check-in process. But if you want to see what all that looks like, you can find it on this one. So there we've got the knife apart. We're going to keep going. Okay, so we're completely disassembled, and the scales came off because there's, like the other one, there's a ton of oil under them. So let me get it all wiped off, and we'll start putting it back together. Okay, so everything's wiped down. Got all that oil off of there. I'm going to get it reassembled. And it's like magic. So we're all back together. Let me check this detent now. It's not perfect. And I will say that, like me messing with this one, I messed with this one and I tried to tighten that lock bar just a little bit. And now it's tight. Like you really got to dig to get in there. It still runs well to close, but it's got enough of a detent that just enough pressure on that will send that blade out. So I'm satisfied with the action on this one. And I can tell you, compared to this one, this thing, I mean, if I pull on it, it'll stop in its tracks. It is so weak, the detent on this thing. Yeah, just couldn't be any more unhappy with it. And so now that I'm here, I may fiddle with this one again, just to see if I can't get it right. Because I mean, clearly it's this knife. It's because this one's so much better, and I really do like this knife. The confidence of this grip right here. I mean, it's just as good as it could possibly be. This flipper tab with the jimping that goes up and over, very aggressive jimping, and it swoops around the finger. It's just a locked in position, very comfortable around here. The pocket clip disappears. So there's so much to like about this knife that, man, I'm just glad to have one that actually runs, because this one, it's so bad. I really don't like it. Let's make sure this one cuts, because that would be the only variable. The pocket clip's the same, and it runs just fine. But how's the edge on this one? Yeah, it's the same as the other one. It's like wickedly sharp. Yeah. I mean, no complaints about the edge on either of these knives. They're both very sharp. So, anyways, I bought another one, and I couldn't help myself. I'm a glutton for punishment. It's a TS36, D2 steel, and I guess I'll update. What's the availability and the current running price? What did I pay for it? So I didn't see a current auction for either of these on eBay, but I paid like $55 for this one, and I paid $45 for this one on straight up live eBay auctions. White Mountain Knives currently has this one for, I think it's like just over $75 with the discount code. So if you want one, they're there, but you're a little over $70. But man, I'm just saying, for me, the jimping on this is wonderful. This black micarta. I'm kind of partial to the titanium myself. I kind of like it. Yeah, anyways, TS36. Appreciate you watching.